So that was BDI and Flick of the Finger, and we have Sam Heady and guests in the studio to talk about Free Fringe Festival.
Yeah, welcome to the studio, Sam.
Hi.
And Fay.
Hi.
Now we've got two guests as well, Fay and Ryan. Fay, what part are you doing in the Free Film Festival?
I'm doing Fay's Film Festival.
Okay, that's easy to remember.
Yes.
A lot of Fs.
Yeah. And then Sam, you're the main organiser?
Well, no, but
Spokesperson.
Pretend you are.
I am. I'm putting it, sort of coordinating all the different things that are happening. But the thing is that there's a very lively free scene in Amsterdam all year round, and that's sort of what we've identified and rounded up, because we feel that that's the real fringe of Amsterdam.
And the spirit of the city.
Yes, well, you're doing this for free as well, aren't you?
True.
So in a way, you're part of the Free Fringe Festival yourselves.
Whoa, slow down. I'm doing this for free.
I didn't.
Nobody
Well,
told me
one of
this.
you is.
Yeah.
But which one?
Yeah. And how long has the Free Fringe Festival been going?
Well, this is the second year, but it's not just in Amsterdam. There's the Free Fringe is popping up in all the major festivals because, for example, in Edinburgh there's a Free Fringe, and in other places too, where they have a theatre festival, mainstream theatre festival. The thing is that it's getting very expensive for Fringe is getting big, so the Fringe is getting its own Fringe.
It's quite...
Yes.
Great.
Because Fringe is becoming mainstream, and it's costing performers an awful lot of money to put on a show, to publicise it, thousands and thousands of euros to hire out a broom closet in Dublin for the Dublin Theatre Festival.
Yeah.
So this festival is centred rather than on corporate sponsorship, or it's centred on the work and trying to put that first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I mean, it's true. Say in Edinburgh, the Free Fringe Festival relates to like the Edinburgh Festival.
Yes.
Is there a different festival going on right now in Amsterdam?
Yes,
then?
our festival coincides exactly with the Fringe Festival, which is itself on the fringes of the Nederlands Theatre Festival.
Yeah. So for listeners, to be clear,
there's lots of theatre going on in Amsterdam at the moment, performance,
Don't get mixed up. There's the Netherlands Theatre Festival going on in Amsterdam. You've got the Fringe Festival going on in Amsterdam, both of which are paid for. Then you have the Free Fringe Festival.
But if you're paying to go, that it's not the Free Fringe Festival.
Well, makkelijk.
I should start writing this stuff down. I'm confused. It sounds like a great
what
program.
sort of things? Because it's not just theatre, the Free Fringe Festival.
Yeah, it's... we've got theatre, we've got dance, there's a film festival, there's an art exhibition called Warp Zone, which is based on art that's inspired by
video games. Yes.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, and there's comedy, and there's improv program at the Mesrab.
Okay, and that's what Ryan will talk about later. Yeah.
And there's a free shop. There's comics, Zazazine. I see you have a poster for them up on your wall there.
Yeah.
They're busy on Saturdays afternoons at the International Bookshop on Joden Breestraat.
Okay.
Making comics.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And where are the locations then? So it's kind of spread around the city.
There's ground zero for the festival is de Vondelbunker, which is in Vondel Park. You might blink and miss it, but it's under the bridge.
Yeah.
As you go into the main entrance, there's a bridge, and it's to the right of that, and that has quite a history actually of doing events for young people and underground events. It was reopened a couple of years ago by Schijnheilig and Stichting Nulpunt.
Okay, cool. And you can use that for free.
Yes,
Yeah,
all the
brilliant.
events there are for free. If they like a project, they'll support you by giving you the space to use. But the rule is that it must be free admission for the public.
Okay, and that's your like ground zero, your hub. Is that?
Yes.
I was going to say, is that where you would buy tickets? But you don't have to buy tickets.
You just rock up.
Yeah.
And then there's also the Astaro Teatro in the red light district. There's also the Mesrab that a lot of people are familiar with for
Where
the
is
storytelling.
that? The Mesrab?
That's just near here. It's next. It's in one of the pack houses. Ryan can tell you exactly the address.
Okay, so along like Piet Heinkade.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and then there's Joe's Garage. They have a free shop on Saturday mornings. And
What does
that's
it mean,
in
free
Oost.
shop? You can just go away with free stuff
Yeah.
and not buy it?
Yeah. You bring things that you have that you want. You don't have to donate anything, but you
right.
can. So, you have things that are too nice to just chuck in the bin,
Yeah.
but they're cluttering the place up. You bring them along, and then you can just rummage through.
swap.
Yeah, you can rummage through and take what you want. Some people don't bring anything,
Yeah.
but some people only bring stuff.
Yeah, in the spirit of free,
Yeah.
like giving.
It all
kind of-
balances out eventually, I imagine.
Well, yeah. And this in this world, there's kind of nothing more subversive you can do than give it away for free.
Yes, absolutely. And so that free shop is taking place, you were saying, is it Joe's Garage?
Joe's Garage in Amsterdam Oost.
Amsterdam Oost.
Yeah.
We are loving Oost at the moment, aren't we? Cool.
Have a look on the website for all the addresses
Right.
and all the information of the schedule and so on.
Yeah. And so you've got animation. And then let's talk to Fay about the film festival. How does that work and where is that taking place? In the Vondelpark Bunker?
In the Vondelbunker, yes. We're going to be showing some cartoons from Japan and cartoons from France and from Holland, and a lot of them have never been seen before. So it's sort of a pre-released preview, I guess
my
you could
gosh.
say. Yeah.
And for free. Yeah.
Yes.
The
for free.
pre for free.
Yes. The pre for free.
And you've curated these, Fays, your selection.
I know all these creators. There's some really amazing people. They're really very, very talented people. And
Faye was in Japan studying animation.
Oh, brilliant.
She's made personal contact with a lot of these people.
yeah,
Expert.
so these are films you wouldn't really get to see otherwise.
Yeah.
'Cause, you can't really access them, and they're not released yet. So
Yeah.
What are the elements of a film that would cause you to choose that to be screened?
The selection criteria.
Well, I like a good story. I like an interesting style, if it's visually interesting. I like something that's wacky or different or, but our program's very mixed. There's really something for everybody. And we've got a lot of different styles, 2D, 3D, stop motion, independent, and some artsy films. And it's really very varied in story and themes and everything. And also a lot of the films are very short, so if there's one that you don't particularly like, the next one will be along soon.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So like on any kind of screening, you'll see several different pieces.
Yeah, we've got 42 shorts.
Oh my gosh.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's in the
great.
afternoon on the 7th, Saturday the 7th, this
Okay,
Saturday.
yeah, this Saturday, 7th. Right.
Yes.
About what time is that then?
From 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Yes.
The Fays Film Festival. What would you say, what are the kind of ones that you would pull out to highlight for our listeners?
Oh, geez. Well, let's see. There's some new films from Japanese creators. There's one called Cycloid. It's a very interesting film. It's technically very, very good. And it's a sort of long zoom back. So you zoom back through different places. So it's just one long shot. Oh. If you're an animator, you know how difficult that is, to do an animation with no cuts. But it sort of tells a story as well while you're zooming back. You sort of get to travel around the world in this animation.
It's a bit science fiction-y. It sounds a bit.
Yeah, sort of, yeah. And there's also a new film. There's this very talented animator called Anna Engels, who I've known for a very long time. I've known her since we were, young teenagers.
Oh, great.
And she's made a new film. It's a really nice slice of life film. Sort of a romance that goes wrong.
Ooh, totally different.
Yeah. And we also have the first episode of our new internet series, which is called Kimono and Chibi-chan. And this episode is called Kimono and Chibi-chan in Tarantula. It's a kind of epic story about a giant spider and, yeah.
Not too scary.
Kimono Chibi-chan.
Kimono and Chibi-chan.
Oh, Kimono and Chibi-chan.
Yeah.
It's like two characters.
Yes, they're kind of superheroes. They're on the Fay's Film Festival
Yeah,
flyer,
there's Chibi there. I don't know if anyone knows. Too far away from the camera. To see.
Like a warrior.
And how would you find
There's Chibi, yeah.
that series
Yeah.
if you go to YouTube and type it in, or
Yes, it's going to be on YouTube. Yes. It's going to be on this channel called the Chibi channel.
Okay.
That's
very appropriate.
Yes, that's where actually a lot of these films are going to go.
Oh, after the screening.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. So if
Yes.
somebody watches the film, enjoys it, and wants to watch it again, or tell people how they could see it, then
Yes.
they could just go to this channel
That's
on
right.
YouTube.
It's YouTube/the Chibi channel.
And how do you spell chibi exactly?
CHIBBY
Chibi.
channel.
Gotcha.
And I just love you've got a whole little capsule of a film festival going on within a film festival. Do you think it's gonna get there? Have to get there early, like to get a seat? Because I'm imagining the Vondelpark bunker isn't huge.
It's quite big. It's
Oh, is
actually
it?
quite
Right.
big. I think we can accommodate whoever shows up.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
4 o'clock then.
Yeah. And then there's music that night as well, and acts and bands. And then the following weekend we have Endgame going on, Samuel Beckett's Endgame, with 4 very good actors. Carlos Traffic, Roberto Baccalega, Claudio Sanzana and Silvia Terribili, doing Beckett's play, which is actually set in some sort of refuge after some sort of cataclysmic event. So the bunker is a very appropriate location for it, very interesting location for it.
Yeah.
It fits very well. So theatre lovers should come along to that too.
It's nice how how Amsterdam city always enjoys utilizing old spaces that were intended at one point for one thing, often very different than what they are now providing it for, like a great cause like the Free Fringe Festival.
Yeah, well, you have to move on. And there were some interesting things in the Amsterdam Underground Festival. Did you go to that a few years ago? And they were utilising spaces underground.
Wow.
So you go in a boat and see a film.
It really gives you a new element to enjoy it. Something very different.
Yeah, but it is particularly appropriate, the atmosphere of it, to Endgame.
And let's say, like, you're going to go down to the Vondelpark Bunker, go to the Face Film Festival, go to one of the other performances. Can you also, like, eat and drink there at the same time? You get hungry?
Yeah, there's a bar. There's a few nibbles. And, there's a...
Can you bring your own?
Well... yeah, sure.
Yay! You heard it here first. Exactly. It's a free film. It's a free festival.
Yeah, you can do what you want.
Do what you want.
You can walk around naked if you want.
Oh my gosh!
I will be there.
It's
Allen Ginsberg.
yeah. We also have a tent outside on the weekends, a tent, and we're going to run some children's workshops there, and there'll be some live music, some acoustic music. There's some lovely things going on,
Yeah.
and there's lots and lots of things, and you'll come for one thing and then you'll see something else that you'll want to catch as well. All the different audiences are all mixed up together.
So it sounds like free also in the sense of quite open and relaxed freestyle sort of thing.
That's the intention. Well, we're like swans, where on the surface we're all calm, but underneath we're paddling like this to make it all happen.
Yeah. And now we had a song that I've got, it's in our system. And now let me think, there were 2 songs there. What were the 2 tracks again?
Oh, well, one of them is Zenzen Wakaranai.
Yes.
That's it's actually this, that comes at the end of one of Fay's films. It's from one of her films.
Oh, yes, yeah. And then the other...
And the other one is The Day Before the Earth Stood Still. They're both Synth and Collective songs.
Oh, yeah.
And the other one is The Day Before the Earth Stood Still has performing in it, as well as Synth and Collective, 2 street musicians from Bulgaria that we met in Amsterdam and got to play on the track.
Okay, great. Well, let's play the song that's at the end of one of Fay's animations. It's called Zenzen
Wakaranai.
Wakaranai. You got it? Yeah, let's go for it.
that was Sin Sin Collective and Zenzen Wakaranai.
Was that right? Zenzen Wakaranai?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Well
It started life as a song composed on the ukulele while I was living in Japan. And the lyrics are very simple. They're actually a haiku. Technically, they're a haiku. And it's very simple sing-along, bouncing ball kind of lyrics. It's nan desu ka, which means what is it? Nan demo means everything. And Zenzen Wakaranai means no idea or I don't understand at all. So it's like it's a kind of haiku about living in Japan, I guess. Yeah.
And is this your song then? Faye?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
Very
Brilliant.
impressive.
Great.
Thank you.
And
Yeah.
so when you were in Japan, you picked up obviously quite a lot of the language, but also writing songs in Japanese.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, there's simple lyrics, but
Yeah.
the process is very interesting because I started as a little song on the uke, and then I brought it to this jazz band. So we recorded in this place called the Ijiri Art Cafe, which was this great place with this nice scene. There were like magicians and jugglers and musicians, and we recorded there with this jazz band, and that was really exciting because it sort of got to develop through somebody else, you know. And then there was this orchestra in the room next to where, like, because I'm an animator, so I'm often up very late at night, you know, drawing. But in the place where I would draw, there was also this orchestra practicing next door. And I was like, wow, if I could get them on board, wouldn't that be amazing? And so, yeah, actually, I bumped into one of them in the corridor, you know, and we talked about it, and they recorded the song. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And then, sorry, then it came back to Amsterdam and was mixed there. We added the vocal and the ukuleles, and yeah, the finished song was complete. And it formed the base for the animation, which is also called Zenzen Wakaranai, double dot, no idea. Which
So you
is,
started with the song.
yes, which is actually my favorite way to work. Yeah. And Zenzen Wakaranai is also going to be shown at Fay's Film Festival.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice
So-
tie back. I see what you did there. You looped it all the way around. Very impressive.
Yeah.
I imagine it must be quite satisfying to take the foundation of a song, create it, and then give it to very talented musicians like an orchestra,
Yeah.
and to be able to see your song start from where you started to this very talented orchestra take it and just take its potential to new limits. I imagine it's going to be very gratifying for you.
Yeah, it is. But it's also interesting because, like, these people don't speak English. It's Japanese only, right? But, like, I mean, I speak a little bit of Japanese, but when you're sort of communicating with music, it's like, it's kind of an international language.
Yeah, universal language, for
It
sure.
really is. Yeah, it really is. And actually, they were like, when they were practicing the song, they were whistling, and I said, oh, would you do that on the track? And they thought that was very funny, these great, orchestra musicians whistling on the track,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Music, I think, is a link between all nations. It's a beautiful thing.
It's true. Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
Such an Alan Partridge thing to say.
Wait, what? I'm keeping things positive on set here.
Oh, it's just like sometimes on the show, it's just waiting for the Alan Partridge moment. There's always one.
There will be a few more Alan Partridge moments before this morning is done.
But it's really brilliant to hear the music, a bit of a taste of all the animations, part of your Fay's Film Festival going on in the Free Fringe Festival. So just a reminder to our listeners, there's plenty of room for everybody, isn't there?
Yes, and it's a beautiful location. It's a nuclear bomb fallout shelter, so it's really amazing when you get inside there. It's a very exciting place.
And a one chance only to see your selection of, really insider view of the best animation.
Yes.
Out there.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, Faye. And that's 4:00. Probably go on to about 7:00 on Saturday, the 7th. This Saturday, that's Fay's Film Festival. Now we're also joined with Ryan. What's your second name again, Ryan?
Miller.
Ryan Miller, who will be kind of doing some kind of comedy part of the Free Film Festival.
That's a great introduction. That's exactly some kind of comedy part of the festival. I'm organizing actually at Mesrab, not very far from here, on Thursday night, an improv showcase, which is basically I know quite a few improvisers here in Amsterdam, and I'm bringing together people from Boom Chicago, from Easy Laughs, from Mishler and Moore, from all sort of different areas of the English language and the Dutch language improv scenes, and getting them together for two halves of different short form and long form improv games and a big jam.
What's the difference between short form and long form?
I just realized
improv?
when I was explaining that, I'm like, oh no, this is we're in a rabbit hole. Essentially, a lot of, I mean, there are a lot of different philosophies about it, but essentially, short form are scenes or exercises that are short, but often they're presented in a different way as well, where they're sort of high energy on the balls of your feet.
Like 30 seconds short? Like
No, like a few minutes
Okay.
short often. And then long form is a bit more of an exploration. And it can be done in very different ways, and they can certainly cross over. But there are
You've
lots
got
of
characters and plot and all
characters,
sorts.
there's plots, there's sort of
Organic.
Often thematic exploration of a certain idea or a word or memories, or there's lots of different ways to skin those cats. But
Will you be taking suggestions from the audience?
Yes.
For what you're going to do?
Yes. We have a couple ideas. I'm planning on doing one form that I developed. It's called the mullet, because it's short in front and long in the
Brilliant.
back. And it's sort of a way of weaving those together. So there's a short form approach to it, and then there's other elements that are long form, and then we come back to the beginning. So that'll probably be the first half, and then in the second half, I think we will have a monologist. I think Greg Shapiro, the American Nederlander, will join us and tell some stories and riff on some ideas, and then we'll improvise scenes based on those.
All taking place very near the Packcasters Vega on the Pink Card. And that's Thursday, because it kicks off on Thursday already then.
Yes, the 5th. Yeah, that's the first day. It's 10 days of action-packed fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're only a little festival, but it's a bit bigger than last year. It's sort of spread to other venues, because last year it was only at the Vondelbunker.
Mm-hmm.
So it is getting bigger, but that's not the main objective of the festival.
Yeah.
The main objective is that the work is good, and that the performers have fun, and that they're facilitated as much as possible, not just like something being put into a slot.
Yeah.
You know?
Quality, not quantity.
Exactly, yeah.
And is it difficult, or has it been like surprisingly easy to get people to perform for free? When a lot of artists like are kind of trying to struggle to get recognised for their work and get payment.
Well, performers are a bit like prostitutes, aren't they? Really, basically. So, but when they give one for free, that's extra special.
Okay.
Marketing.
Yeah.
So that we have enough to make a big festival. You see the huge program we have. I think that people see it as a showcase. One of the main problems at the moment is getting audiences for people, and also the costs involved in putting on things, because venues are not commissioning work anymore, because they don't have the subsidy to do that. So if performers want to do something, they have to hire, even on a small scale, you hire out the Ostade, or you hire out, there's lots of small theatres in Amsterdam, but it costs a few €1,000s that performers don't necessarily have. And performance in particular is, the performances get rounded by being seen like pebbles in the ocean. By being performed, the work becomes better. So for performers, it's not an ideal solution to give your work away, but if you're a bit pragmatic, it's necessary to keep working. So in this difficult climate, it's a way of us keeping going, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, good idea.
Yeah.
And for something like the comedy event, you've got all sorts of people coming from different teams of comedy teams that haven't worked together before. And I was just thinking, how's that going to work, with the Americans and all the British comedy? Does it all gel together in the end?
Yeah, I think one thing about the doing it for free is I think this, the festival is such a fantastic initiative, and it's such an innovative response to financial difficulties. So it's something that performers and artists generally want to be involved in, and specifically for the comedy event. Much like Neil was saying about music being an international language, improv is also an international language, because it's, there's improvisational music and improvisational comedy. And improv, when people are working together, there's a language that they use to be able to create theater from nothing. and so a lot of these people will have worked together or have seen each other, and it'll be a bit interesting to see how the different styles work together. But everyone who is coming is, by nature of doing it for free, a generous person, and that usually translates on stage as well. Very generous performers who make space and room to for each other.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Good.
One day we'll all be free.
The spirit of the festival.
Is that the second moment?
That's the motto of the...
Yeah.
That's two now. Yeah. I knew we'd have one more before 9 o'clock.
Partridge. And again, it's quite a large theatre, the Mesrab. What time is it on Thursday?
Thursday at 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
And Mesrab is a very it's not a small space, but it's a medium-sized space, I would call it, but it really accommodates a surprisingly large number of people. So
cozy.
Yeah,
It gets packed out, doesn't it?
it really does. Lots
For
of
the storytelling events.
for story. I also host a storytelling event there, True Stories, every second Friday, and it amazes me. It's like a clown car, that place. It seems quite tiny, and then the people just start pouring out, and you're like, how did they all fit in there? So we have lots of room.
And that's good to hear, listeners. So Amsterdam, look up the Free Fringe Festival.
Free Fringe Festival
Amsterdam.com. That's good
That's
to know.
easy.
freefringefestivalamsterdam.com. We'll also put a link on our website and Facebook.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us, Sam and Ryan, and also to Fay, we heard from earlier. We'll play the other song now.
Thank you.
I forget the name of it.
So do I.
Day before
The day
the
before the earth stood still.
There we are. And then we're going to be late with the news headlines as well, but we'll listen to this first.
When the world was young, happy days, we were like children playing. There was so much time to kill, the day before the earth stood still. Looking back with hindsight now, we should have realized the ramifications. But hindsight was impossible, the day before the earth stood still. The day before the earth stood still. And it was completely unexpected. It came out of the blue. Everybody panicking, not knowing what to do. It was a random act of violence. Next time it could be you. I know you know, I'm only saying. I was watching television with the sound turned down. Another revolution, people falling. We used to be invincible, the day before the earth stood still. The day before the earth stood still.
The first and the flesh, get it started. It's right, and it's right, terrible. Oh, get out of the way, please. It's burning in the flames, and it's falling on the morning glass, and all the smoke between the this is terrible. This is the one of the worst catastrophes in the world. Still, it's like running 400 or 500 feet into the sky, and it's a terrific crash, ladies and gentlemen. The smoke and the flames now, and the flame is rising to the ground, not quite to the pouring mass. All the humanity and all the fantasy.
I'm only saying I was watching television with the sound turned down. Another devastation, people falling down. We used to be invincible, the day before the earth stood still. Hard to think we were invincible, the day before the earth stood still. The day before the earth stood still.
On Amsterdam's English Breakfast Radio.
The time is 8:37, and here's the news read by Neil Robinson.